Hey everyone, it's Crystal, and today we are swatching the Winter 2016 collection from ILNP. This is a 6 polish collection. We're going to start with Stopin Traffic. This is a beautiful deep red with a ton of holographic micro glitter in it. This looks a lot darker in the bottle, or actually a lot darker on your nail than in the bottle. I'm all backwards tonight. When you put it on at first, it is very sheer. It could go fully opaque in 2 coats if you use a thicker coat the second time, but I'm going to use 3 coats on everything just to see if it makes a difference. On most of these it really doesn't. On this one though, you can see that the tip of my nail fully disappears in the 3rd coat. And you can really see that rainbow of all the holo micro glitter. This is my favorite red of any of the holiday collections, and I got 4 of them this year just to have fun with. This next one is Fur Coat. This is the green. This one is the one that looks much darker in the bottle than it ends up looking on your nails, but it is still very dark on your nails. They're all very deceptive because they go on at first very sheer and very kind of see-through. And I know it looks streaky, but they actually don't end up drying streaky at all. You don't end up seeing those brush strokes, especially if you put on a top coat right after. This one's also full of that holo micro glitter. Here you see in the 2nd coat, it's getting much darker. And in the 3rd coat, it completely covers. I'm not a big fan of green, but I did really like this color. I just wouldn't say it was my favorite green of the season. I felt like it was a little too dark on me. It kind of doesn't go with my skin tone. But it's still an amazing, gorgeous color. The next color is Looking Up. This is a really dark, deep blue. I actually ended up using this on my daughter's nails before I swatched it because she wanted to use it and put little stars on her nails. This one is the only one that I would say, along with Victoria, always needs 3 coats because it went on extremely sheer on this 1st coat, as you can see. This not only has holo micro glitters in it, but it also has like little silver flakies that you're kind of starting to see there. But you'll see them better in the later coats when it's kind of built up. And it looks really light at first, but it dries into that deeper dark blue color. Here you can see on the 2nd coat more of those flakies are coming out. And see, this one kind of covered in 2 coats, but I could still see my nail tip. And that's just one of the things that if you watch any of my other swatches, you know that drives me nuts. I'll put 4 or 5 coats on to get rid of the nail tip. I won't really go past 4 or 5 coats of anything though, because I have no desire to go to Polish Mountain. Here in the picture you can really see those silver flakies. This is Cabin Fever. This is a warmer color. It's kind of a bronze, a deep bronze, kind of gold. This is another one of those ultra holos. And it's just jam-packed with all that holographic micro glitter. This, of course, it goes on sheer, 1st coat. But you can see the rich, warm color in it already in this 1st coat. This one on my nails really only kind of needed the 2 coats, but I ended up putting on a really thin 2nd coat. So I ended up having to go with a 3rd. But you can see in this 2nd coat more of the holos coming out, more of that rich, really deep amber kind of color. I was calling this a tiger's eye polish when I put a little drops out on a piece of paper because it swirls and mixes and looks kind of like a tiger's eye gemstone. And I really loved that about it. Here you can see this 3rd coat wasn't really necessary, but I just went with it for the uniformity. And it's gorgeous. It is so jam-packed with that holo micro glitter. This is Varsity Jacket. This is a gray with holographic micro glitters. When I got this, at first I thought it was going to be really close to ILNP's black holo Missed Calls, but it's not at all. It actually goes on extremely sheer and looks almost silver at first, but as you layer it, you start to see the actual gray come out, and it doesn't end up turning out looking silver at all. There is so much holo micro glitter in it, though, that you can just see that rainbow immediately. And as you build it, that just continues. This is another one that when it went on originally, you saw how sheer it looked and how translucent it was, and then as it dried, it got darker. They all got slightly darker as they dried, but this one and Looking Up are the ones that got significantly darker, that you definitely noticed it. And see, this one doesn't really need 3 coats either, but I'm still going with the 3 coats. Usually if one polish in the collection needs that many, I use the same amount on all of them just to keep everything on track. On this 3rd coat, I did get like a glitter flaky stuck on the edge of my finger there. You can see that. I didn't actually think I was going to like this polish at first, but I ended up really liking it. I had the same thing happen with Missed Calls when I got it, but I ended up loving it. This last one is Victoria, and at first I wasn't sure how to describe it. I kind of thought it was silver, but it turns out it's not silver at all. It's kind of a pale bronze with a bit of like an opal look to it because of all the holo micro glitter. This is severely sheer looking on the 1st coat, and even on the 2nd coat it looks sheer, but on the 3rd coat it completely covers, and you don't even worry about whether or not your nail tip's gonna show or if it's streaky, because it's not. Here you can see on that 2nd coat it's still a little sheer. You're still definitely seeing the nail tip, definitely noticing that it needs more coverage. But this last coat here is what really seals the deal with it. This is another one I didn't think I was going to like it, but it turns out I really do like it, and I think it would be a good accent color with something else like Looking Up, or mixing it with Fur Coat and using it as an accent or in a design together. Anyways, back to the, the still shot. You can really see all those holo micro glitters in all of these still shots. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this swatch video, then click subscribe for more swatch videos and fun tutorials in the future.